Hi everyone, this is daveac.lit.tv and this is my vblog 113 for Friday the 17th of September 2010, and we're exploring castles, Daleks, tech, French music and wine, all in under 15 minutes, and I really do want to spend more time on the wine this week because it keeps getting pushed out. Well, let's start with the usual Doctor Who and podcasting news. Well, as I record this, Lewis hasn't put a new Doctor Who Podshock up online, but obviously in a day or two there will be, so always check out the Gallifreyan Embassy at podshock.net. Now, the Cultum Collective that I co-host with Ian, the Sixth Doctor, has been rather busy. Last Sunday we did about great comedy figures, and we did about, we did a very good long show, and there was some debate over what was classed as a cult comedy figure rather than, say, a mainstream comedy figure. So I hope you will give that a listen, either from the TalkShoe site, Podcast Alley, or indeed if you subscribe to it on iTunes. Also this week, Ian himself have done another one of our commentaries on the mini-series Jekyll. This is the commentary for episode 2. So if you put your DVD in, turn the sound slightly down and listen to Ian and myself do a commentary as you listen and watch the show as well. And I hope you enjoy that. Now, this coming Sunday, on Sunday the 19th of September, the Cultum Collective will be meeting up as usual at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's 7 p.m. British Summer Time, to talk about greatest Doctor Who cliffhangers of all time. And we're starting with a list that we found on its IO and the number 9, io9.com. And when I move the camera later, I'll give you a quick little look at that page. Those will be the basis of the start of the podcast at least. Okay, well, lots of little bits and pieces before we get to, I hope, a little bit of extended coverage of the wine today. Well, on Thursday, it was the 20th anniversary of Mr. Bean appearing on our TV screens. And there's actually a YouTube page for Mr. Bean clips. And I spent a good half hour watching about half a dozen or 8 clips from little snippets from the show. Really, really very, very funny. And still as funny now as when I first saw them, I think. So have that. Just put YouTube Mr. Bean. I'm sure you'll find it very quickly. In fact, it's so good I subscribed to it. Okay, I'm going to give you some brief potted bits of tech news. Then we're going to have the music rather, and then I'm going to move the camera without trying to get us too dizzy before we end up on the wine. And some of the things I want to show you relate to the wine I've got. Okay, potted news, as it were. Well, Firefox, the browser, has had another incremental update. We're now on Firefox 3.610. Internet Explorer 9. The public beta is now downloadable. So if you want to have give Internet Explorer another chance, then now's probably a good time to do it. They're supposed to have cleared up the interface quite a lot, and it's also one of the first browsers with, I think, hardware acceleration. So I've not tried it yet myself, but I may well do. I may even report back on that as the tech item for my next vblog. Also coming up, but not yet with us, is a software upgrade to the PlayStation 3. This won't happen until the 21st of September, and actually it won't do probably most of me and most of my viewers any good, because it's an update that is good in itself. It's to allow the PlayStation 3 to play 3D Blu-rays. But this is only going to be implemented in Japan to start with. But no doubt it is a stepping stone towards, the eventual 3D becoming common. And of course, you would still need a 3D capable TV. But that's software upgrade 3.50. And there's some of the bits of news. Microsoft have announced another 5 games that support their new Kinect, hands-free controllers, and they seem quite upbeat about this, because they say that this is going to extend the life of the PlayStation 360 for at least another 4 years. So obviously they're trying to just make people not think that there's a new games console on the way anytime soon. The other tech that was at the the International IFA show that seems to be quite good is this new Samsung's Galaxy Tab. It's a tablet, like a little bit like the iPad, but it's only 7 inches on the diagonal. It's 16:9 aspect, which will be great for watching movies, and it's, in fact, I think the screen size is 1200 by 600, but it should still look pretty good. What else? Well, I think that's basically the main news. Of course, I'm still waiting for, I think, in actual fact, it might even be today. I should have checked online, but they should be selling the PlayStation 3 new controllers in the bundle pack. I think it was the 17th of September that they were due to be released. So when you've watched this, have a check and see if the new PlayStation 3 hardware controllers are out. Okay, that's a long time on that, because I've got other things to do. Well, what I'm going to do now is play some French music, because I've got a French wine, and I'm going to play some from this CD, and I'm going to play from the Maurice Ravel, Gaspard de la Nuit. It's a trio of pieces for piano, and it's track 4, the first piece in this that I'm going to play. So let's see if we can hear a little bit of that. Full start. I hope this is loud enough. Maurice Ravel, 1875 to 1937. It's lovely. I only play a little bit. Lovely, but of course I'll have to leave it there. Now, we'll go across, move the camera, try not to make you dizzy, and hope it focuses very quickly. There's the Maurice Ravel wiki page that I've got up. But I want to show you some other things. First of all, this is the IO9 page. It's io9.com, and this page is /5625151, and it's Doctor Who greatest cliffhangers of all time. And there we are, the famous one with Barbara, and the first appearance of what turned out to be the Daleks, the Dalek arm with the plunger on it. So we're doing from the classic series up to the modern ones, and I want you to take a look at that page. That's IO9. Okay, while we're over here, another piece of Dalek news, since one of those is a Daleks there, is that the device page has got a link to official BBC blueprints for making your own full-size Dalek. And let's see if we can just get that in focus. There's the pie. I can't read all that out. Well, let's zoom back out. You can actually enlarge these documents here, where you can see how to build your very old Dalek. How neat is that? But there's quite a few people would have liked to have seen those a year or two back when they were building their own. Okay, well, the wine I'm going to be tasting is a French wine. It's Chateau de Rampart. And I went on the internet, and there it is, the chateau itself. So I was quite pleased at finding that. And when I was looking around for some other information, I came across, well, it's actually a blog that I've been to before, Drinking Outside the Box. It's by Simon Woods. That's www.simonwoods.com. And he's got a blind tasting of some Morrison's wines here. And wouldn't you know it, the wine I've got is this wine here. So let's have a very brief look at this.
2 out of 2. So let's see if I can get 3 out of 3 with the final pair. Côte de Rhône. Well, one's a Côte de Rhône, one's a Côte de Rhône Village.
That's
so
not the one I'm doing.
Côte de Rhône, and the Rampart Côte de Rhône Village. And the Village.
That's the one we're going to do.
Of the Southern Rhône within the.
So Southern Rhône wine, and that's the one I'm going to be doing. So let's get over here and taste it, because I've just got about 4 minutes on this. Now my camera's going to focus pretty quickly, and there is the wine itself. 2007. Stay in focus, please. And it's 14.5%. That's very strong for a French wine, but that is the, if I can pronounce it again, the third of the 3 grapes that's in here. So we've got Grenache, Syrah, and the one I was trying to pronounce, and I'm trying to focus now. Stop it. Mourvedreux. I can't. Mourvedreux. I can't pronounce it. It's no good. But I want to taste it, and I can certainly smell it. So let's get on with it, David. And it's got a lovely burgundy red colour. And I don't think you can see it, but it's got quite a lot of legs. It's leaving lines down the glass as I move it around. And they've got a dark, fruity, foresty smell. Let's have a go. Ooh, and that's dark, quite intense, almost going to chocolatey. We've got plum, we've got black currant, blackberries in there, and we've got some oak. Certainly got some oak there, but I'm getting more chocolate and maybe a little bit of vanilla. But that's packing quite a punch. Remember, a lot of French wines are only 12, 12.5, 13%. In fact, I'll say 12.5 is the most common. But this really seems to be packing quite a... This is my kind of French wine. Lovely. Now, I got it. Thank you, Auntie Doris. I was doing a little job for her, and she said, treat yourself to a wine. And luckily, this wine was at half price at Morrison's in the UK. It's usually £10. That's what, 11 or 12 euros. That's $15. But it was at half price, so I only paid £5, less than €6, around $8. So at that price, it's pretty good. I think maybe if I paid the full price, I would be a little bit disappointed, because it's not a very complex wine. It's powerful, it's dark, it's that dark fruit and chocolate. Yeah, I would say it's worth 6 or 8 quid. I would have perhaps been disappointed if I paid the whole £10, but at £5, I think it's a bit of a bargain. That gets a nod from me, and if it stays at that price, I'll probably buy it again. Well, I have the luxury of about 15 or 20 seconds to end this vlog, and to say, hope that you will catch us on TalkShoe for the Cult and Collective podcast, TalkShoe ID 54821, this coming Sunday at 2 PM Eastern Daylight Time. That's 7 PM British Summer Time, for Doctor Who Greatest Cliffhangers of All Time. And with that, this is Dave A. saying, catch you next time. Bye.